Here are the 6 actors preparing for today's show. Only one of them can leave with £80,000 for charity. The rest will leave with nothing when voted off as the weakest link. Welcome to the weakest link. These 6 contestants right behind me are well known on your TV screens. They've been in shows like Coronation Street, Eastenders and Benidorm, to name a few of them. Anyhow, 6 could possibly win up to £80,000, but one of them will win it. As round by round we lose a player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team. Hi there, my name's Shane Ward and I was on Coronation Street as Aidan Connor. Hi there, my name's Sally Lindsay and I was on Coronation Street as well as Shelley Unwin. Hi there, my name's Jessie Wallace and I'm still on EastEnders as Cat Slater. My name's Danny Dyer, may not be from Big Brother but also EastEnders and being Mick Carter. Hello, my name's Tony Maudsley and I'm from Benidorm and Coronation Street this year as Kenneth from Coronation Street. Hello, my name's Steve Pemberton and I'm known as Mick on Benidorm. Now the rules in each round of the game, there's £10,000 to be won. The fastest way is to create a chain of 6 correct answers. Break the chain and you lose all the money in the chain, but if you say blank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you will start a new chain from scratch. In round 1 there's 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. We will start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you. Danny, let's play the weakest link. First question is for £100. Start the clock. Danny, which is the most southerly city in mainland Great Britain? Is it Truro, Plymouth or Southampton? Truro. Correct. Tony, who starred in the Canadian TV series Degrassi, The Next Generation, before changing career and becoming a rap singer? Drake. Correct. Steve, which petrol company urged people to put a tiger in your tank? Essay. Correct. Shane. Bank. Which author whose recurring character is Harvard symbolized cures a writer's block by hanging upside down in gravity boots? Pass. Correct answer is Dan Brown. Sally. If wolf is a lupine and fox is a wolfine, what adjective indicates a bear? Ursine. Correct. Jessie. Which cyclist became the first British athlete for 100 years to win 3 gold medals at a single Olympic Games at Beijing 2008? Chris Hoy. Correct. Danny. Bank. Which country's coordinates needed to be recalculated after being found out to be out by more than 1.5 metres in 2016? Is it Cuba, Madagascar or Australia? Cuba. No, Australia. Tony, Which fictional casino named after a port in Morocco is owned by Robert De Niro's character in the Martin Scorsese film Time's Up? God team, you've done rubbish. You banked £1,500. That money will go into the next round, but one of you will not. Who is as thick as a sheep? Sorry for that noise. Who has the brain of a pigeon? And all of that, etc. It's time to vote off the weakest link. In the first round, Shane is the weakest link. The strongest link is Jessie. But who goes? It's time to find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Steve. Shane. 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 So before I say anything, as you can see, our audience is not here, so these lights will not be turning on. Anyhow, let's go straight to Steve. So Steve, why Shane? Well, Shane, I think I should have chosen Shane because the questions were easy and it was quite an easy round. Okay. So, Steve, you were on Benidorm from Series 1 to Series 7. I bet you loved it, relaxing in Benidorm and all of that. Oh yes, indeed. Oh, lovely. Jessie Wallace, you are Cat Slater on Eastenders. What's that like? Fun. Lovely. Now, finally, Shane. Why Steve? Because he was slow. Because he was slow. You are the weakest link. Shane, goodbye. I feel okay to be the weakest link. Yeah, it's the first round, but I tried my best with the questions. I agree that the questions were easy, but I didn't understand that question at all. Tried my best. Yeah, goodbye. Well, team, round 2. You've successfully voted off your weakest link, but this time we will be starting off with your strongest link, who was Jessie. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jessie, which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still exist? Pass. The pyramids, Great Pyramids of Giza. Danny, singer-songwriter George Ezra enjoyed chart success in 2014 with the single that shares its name with the European capital city. Budapest. Correct. Tony, from which European country did Bartholomew Dias set sail on his voyage of discovery around the Cape of Good Hope? Pass. Portugal. Steve, in 2013, a crater on the planet Mercury was named after which early 20th century master of horror? H.P. Lovecraft. Correct. Sally, At sea level, at what degrees Celsius does a pure water freeze? 0. Correct. Jesse, bank. Which powdered substance is combined with hot water to make the drink matcha? Green tea. Correct. Danny, which country was the first to grant rights to nature in its constitution? Ecuador. Correct. Tony, bank. Ringo Starr and Pierce Brosnan have both narrated an animated TV series featuring which locomotive star? Thomas the Tank Engine. Correct, but out of time. Team, you only banked £1,000. Rubbish! How are 5-year-olds doing better than you? Who is smarter and should be getting smarter throughout these rounds? It's time to vote off the weakest link. With that round being the worst round for their team, Jessie was the strongest link in the last round, but she is the weakest link in this round. Steve is the strongest link, but it's time to find out who will go. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Jessie, Danny, Tony, Steve, Tony. So, let's go to Tony. Not Tony. Let's go to Danny first. So, Danny, how many years have you been on EastEnders? 8 years. 8 years. Wow, 8 years. What are your positives of being on EastEnders? Good stuff and all the bad stuff. Oh, lovely. I thought it was going to be a tie, but it seems like my mistake. Sally, you were on Coronation Street between 2000 to 2006. What was your time like on Coronation Street? Good? Enjoyed it loads and loved it all, etc. Lovely. Well, Tony, with 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Go back to Benidorm. Goodbye. I'm okay being the weakest link at this stage. Enjoyed my time, but I wish I earned the £80,000. But it did look like it was going to be a low amount of money. Enjoyed it a lot and enjoyed meeting new people. Thanks, goodbye. In the bank team, £2,500. We're taking another 10 seconds off the clock, leaving you with 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock. We'll be starting with the strongest link, with what is Steve. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Steve, C2 and Viella on the North African coast are outpost of which European country? England? Nope, Spain. Sally, which offbeat radio station was saved from closure in 2010 after executives were inundated with emails of protest from the public? BBC 6 Music. Correct. Jesse, which particularly bloody World War I battle resulted in nearly 60,000 British casualties on just the first day in 1916? Battle of Somme. Correct. Danny, Which British artist caused a stir when he anonymously sold his work worth thousands for $60 each at a stall in New York Central Park? Banksy. Correct. Steve. Bank. What is the name given to the lustrous grain that has been genetically modified to tackle malnutrition in the developing worlds? Golden rice. Correct. Sally. Which of these sports was not part of the 2016 Summer Olympics? Time's up. Well, team, you only banked £100 in that round. Who has grazed their knee and doesn't need help coming back up? Who will fail in the rounds to come? Have the courage to vote off the weakest link. This time round, Steve is the weakest link. Also, Danny is the strongest link. But who will go? It's time to find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Steve. Steve. Sally. Sally. It's a two-way tie team. Sally and Steve both have 2 votes. Now, let's go over to Steve. Why Sally? Because she was just slow and all of that, and I believe she got a question wrong. You believe? You believe something that isn't true? Maybe? Well, that might not be true. Jesse, why Steve? Because just why not? We got a question wrong and we lost a bit of money. Indeed. So with a tie, we have to let the strongest link decide who goes. And the strongest link is Danny. Danny, do you want to stick with your decision, Sally, or go with Steve? I might actually change my vote and go with Steve. Okay. Steve, Benidorm is out. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. I feel okay to go at this stage of the game, but I feel sad to be the last Benidorm contestant on the weakest link at this point. Sad to lose the £80,000 for the charity that I wanted to give to, but yeah, it happens for a game, and it's a game. Only 3 of you remain. It's Coronation Street versus Eastenders. Who will win? It looks like it might be Eastenders, the BBC side. Anyhow, we're taking another 10 seconds off the clock. Remember, £3,600 in the bank. And we'll begin with Danny. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Danny. At 12,000 square kilometres, Lake Vostok is the world's 6th largest lake and is on which continent? Is it Asia, Antarctica or Europe? Antarctica. Correct. Sally. The last name of which character on the TV show The Big Bang Theory was never revealed? Penny? Yes, correct. Jesse. What is the oldest native language still spoken in Britain? Welsh. Indeed. Danny, bang. In the nursery rhyme, there was an old lady. What did she swallow to catch the spider? I don't know. A bird. Sally. What bony framework did scientists create using a 3D printer, which was then implanted inside a patient in Spain in 2015? A rib cage. Correct. Jessie. Ditch the workout, join the party is a slogan for which Megadance fitness craze? Zumba. Correct. Danny. Bang. What is the common name for the anti-fascist protection wall that was built? Time is up. Well, team, you banked £1,500. You're doing better a bit. But only 3 of you remain. Is it Coronation Street versus Eastenders? We shall find out. It's time to vote off the weakest link. This time round, Danny is the weakest link. Sally is the strongest link. But who shall go? We shall find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Danny. Danny. Sally. So, Jessie. Why Danny? Danny, because of his question getting wrong and all of that. Sally? Same reason? Yes. Well, Danny, you were the runner-up on Celebrity Big Brother. Seems like you are again on the weakest link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, I feel so upset at this crucial point of the game. It's only 2 remaining and I was the last to go. So stressed out and yeah. So intense this game is. So team, you've successfully voted off your weakest link. In the bank, £5,100. In this round, 90 seconds on the clock, but whatever you win in this round will be trebled. We'll start with the strongest link, and that was Sally. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Sally, the Roman Catholic nun Mother Teresa, is recognised for her missionary work with the poor people of which Indian city? Pass. Calcutta or Kolkata? Jessie, in which city and its suburbs does Ferris Buller's Day Off take place? Chicago. Correct. Sally, by what shortened name is the Office for Standards in Education, Children's Service and Skills commonly known? Ofsted. Correct. Jessie, bang. Which 2 super popular hip-hop trios joined forces for the 1987's Together Forever tour? Pass. Correct answer's Run. Sally, astronauts from which country are sometimes referred to as talkanauts? China. Correct. Jessie, which aquatic sport shares part of its name with a 13th century explorer? Water polo. Correct. Sally, bang. Juba is the capital of which? Time is up. Well, team, in that round you banked £1,000. What we will treble to give you prize money today of £8,100 for your chosen charity. There can only be one winner. In the next round I will ask you both 5 questions. Best of 5 wins. If there's a tie, we will revert to sudden death. So Jessie and Sally, let's play the weakest link. Jessie has the strongest link in the last round. Do you want to go first or last? I'll go last, please. Sally. Danish-born 18th century navigator Vitus Been lends his name to the narrow marine passage between which 2 countries? Russia and the United States. Correct. Jessie, in which Quentin Tarantino film series did Uma Thurman first play the deadliest woman in the world with a knife? Kill Bill. Correct. Sally, Alfriston Kellegrew House in East Sussex is notable as the National Trust's oldest house, smallest house, or first house it acquired. First house it acquired. Correct. Jessie, what type of poem shares its name with an Irish city? Oh, God, pass. Correct answer is limerick. Sally, in which year did computer engineer Ray Tomlinson send the very first email? 1988? Nope, 1971. Jessie, what is the name for the ballet shoes that allow a dancer to maintain balance on the tips of their toes? Pointer shoes. Correct. Sally, which letter of the Greek alphabet was reimagined in 1996 to become the currency symbol of the euro? Epsilon. Correct. Jessie, you must get this correct to stay in the game. What is the name of the UK's first national commercial radio station launched in September 1992? Classic FM. Correct. Sally, you must get this correct to stay in the game. Which was the first space shuttle to be launched into space by the United States? Columbia? Correct. And finally, Jessie, you must get this correct to stay in the game. The Statue of Liberty is taller than the Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. True or false? False. Nope, the correct answer is true. That means, Sally, you have won £8,100 and you are the strongest link. Congratulations, Sally. What are you going to spend it on, Sally? Probably going to give it to National Trust to keep them alive during this coronavirus. Very lovely. Jessie, you leave with nothing. A special happy birthday to me on the 26th of April 2020. I'm age 17. And join us again for the last episode of The Weakest Link. Join us again for The Weakest Link. Goodbye. Very happy birthday to Grass Monster on that episode. Join The Weakest Link Primetime Edition for The Weakest Link in December. Good night.